Welcome back to my channel, fellow gardeners. Today I look as if I am sitting in a rainforest with all these lovely philodendrons. And I remember, let me just turn this around. Do you remember we did a propagation on this plant? Well, we did a division on this plant. This is my bipin philodendron superatom, and we separated it from its mother. Now today I want to do a division, and this is my philodendron here. It's a Xanadu, but I need to separate it because I need to have two philodendrons in my house. So join me as we separate this mother plant as we did with this bipin philodendron. So my name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. So fellow gardeners, as I mentioned, is this plant was sitting in my sitting room on a table, and it's just become really, really large. So I had done actually a division for my daughter and it worked. And also, as we had done the bipin, this plant, the division by actually cutting it and separating from the mother plant, I feel actually, since I've done my daughter and since I've done this one, I feel quite confident to actually divide this. So I have two philodendrons. I'm just going to put this here. So the first thing we do is we pull it out. We'd actually done it before, but here is my philodendron, and I'm going to turn it on the side and try to remove some of this, all the soil, and I'm going to put it back in here. So with this philodendrons is, if you want to make a propagation, it does have offsets from its mother plant, which you could actually take and you can make many babies. And I will show you where these offsets are. But as I don't want to have so many plants, I'd rather have two full plants that are quite full instead of having many propagating. Is basically I'm going to just split it in half, and then we wait and see how it survives. And I am very optimistic, as I mentioned before, as I had done a similar division for my daughter. Now she has her two Xanaduns, and I want the same. Now that what I've done is I've actually rinsed out all the soil here, so I can actually have a look at the rooting, and the rooting actually looks good, because I had actually thought maybe the plant is root bound, because I was scared because it was going sort of yellow and burning off, but I don't think that is the problem. Now when I look at this and think this is the plant, I don't think I need this. I need to have it in a smaller pot. So I'm just going to remove this now and then get a smaller garden pot, and that's what we will grow this one in. Okay, so now what I have are two pots exactly identical, and this is my mixture, which is actually, we have bits of charcoal in there, we have bits of organic stuff happening, and also I've mixed it with pumice. And the thing is that we just emptied my compost, so we've also mixed that. We're trying to make our own garden soil. Now I'll just put this aside, and I want to go back into this plant. Now you see, the thing is that, as I mentioned earlier, is that with these split leaf philodendrons, they do get offsets. And if you look here, this is one offset. So if I wanted to create one plant, all I'll do is actually take this bit, this offset. If you look at it, let me just loosen that. This is an offset on its own. I just remove it from the mother down here. Now, again, if you look all around, is that as it grows, all these offsets actually fill out, and in the end, you can make many, many babies. But as I'm only interested to actually have two, I need to go in here and just cut it in half. One in here, one in there. In that way I can have two babies. So I'll just put it down. And again, let me emphasize here, with this plant again, it's similar. It's the split leaf, and why it's looking like this is basically I should be rotating it more so it's looking for the sun. But again, here are all the babies. So if I wanted to actually propagate it, I would pull it apart, which I may do another day, and then grow these individually, these little offsets from the mother. And I will get a lot of babies from it, but this desperately needs to be turned around. So what I'm going to do now is we carry out the operation, is that what you would need is a sharp, sterile knife. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just make sure I split it like here. It's just to make sure you get right in there. And hold on, there we go. So here we are, two separate plants. Now, if I look at this, I'm going to actually get rid of some of these rooting from the bottom, like that. And also cutting the roots will actually rejuvenate the plant, because now the roots can actually work hard to actually get established. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually put it in here. Look, I've got another baby. And then what I'll do with this soil is just take it and cover it, just like that. And I think also with my previous plant, before I cut it, I don't think it was really happy, but I think with this one now, it has room to spread, and I think it will. And also it's not so congested. In that way, every leaf can actually have access to sun instead of being actually covered by other leaves. So here we go. Now the thing is that I always try to fill it a bit more, because once you do water it, it will go down a bit, but I think we're good. So that's my first plant. Now, what I'm going to do to this plant, because I've noticed this needs to be removed here. See another baby shoot here. Just going to remove it there. All these shoots, because we don't need them. Here we go. Oops, I dropped that one. And some of these yellow ones, I'm just going to remove. Just go in here, see where it is. There we go. And I'll leave it out to not water it, and so that the wound can dry out. And then after that, I will move it into a location of bright indirect sun, and we take it from there. So let's do the other one. So all I'm going to do is actually put it here, and then do exactly the same, is take my soil and fill it up. So I'm just going to surround this with this soil, which is, I've tried to replicate my rainforest plant and replicate the rainforest soil. And I think the plants do look happy. And again, I try to fill it to the top, sort of topish, so that when I do water in a few days' time, I know that the soil will go down. And there it is. I'm so excited. So when I put this down, I just look at it and think, no, I think it's quite neat in there. And what I will do, so it doesn't look like that one, I'll keep rotating it so that all these leaves have access to sun, so we don't have them leaning over to one side. But I think we're happy. So thank you so much, fellow gardeners. Here we are with my 2 plants, which I made out of one, and I will introduce them into the house once they've settled. The rooting will take a while, but we are patient. And if I think about it, I'm so happy that I did actually separate the plants. They look much healthier and they're more airy, and I'm sure more babies will sprout up because at this point it's not overcrowded with the leaves. So don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to press the notification button. We upload every Thursday. We have so much fun doing these videos for you. And also do make your comments on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm always there to answer on my YouTube channel. It's always so encouraging. And also I would like to thank you for all the support you've given us and for the encouragement you've given us. And I'm wishing you the best in this coming year. And yeah, so thank you so much, and have a lovely day and happy gardening.